Fair to say you simply flooded the system with money.
Yes, we did. That's another way to think about it. We did.
Where does it come from? Do you just print it?
We print it digitally, and we do that by buying treasury bills. That actually increases the money supply.
Financial Turmoil Explained.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show on this Monday, the 11th of April, 2022. Thank you for tuning in. Glad to have you guys here. Now, this morning I'm going to be quiet, a little bit quiet, kind of almost whispering. The reason why is because I got a little bit of laryngitis in my throat. So I'm not going to be speaking real loud. I guess you have to listen a little, turn your volume up a little bit higher than normal. Let's get started. Let's talk about, let's turn the charts on. Start the charts right here. Okay. Just a sec. There they go. Trying to get my chart started. Sometimes software can be a little bit difficult to work with. There we go. Okay, the charts are started right here. Sri Lanka is in turmoil as an economic crisis spirals into political chaos. Now, I see this as being something that could very well come here to North America very soon. An economic crisis that will spiral into political chaos and, of course, protests and even marginally beyond protests very soon. Wars, turmoil, political chaos tends to go along with economic crisis because people can't feed themselves properly. Very difficult situations can arise because of this. And, of course, when you've got the whole world in a monetary Ponzi scheme, these are the problems that can generate from that. It can spiral out of control, in fact, if you get too large a country, too large a population, not enough food to go around. We all know about the food crisis. It's ongoing right now and starting to grow larger. So let's take a look into the markets today. And we're going to start with the silver price. Now, this morning it was going up really fast. And we made it all the way up higher than it is now. You can see it's dropping off right now, somewhat. Excuse me. 25.14 is the price for silver right now. It's up 38 cents, but it was up higher. It was up to almost 25.40, 25.30 something. And so that's looking good for silver. Let's check the price of gold this morning. And we're seeing gold is at $19.55. It's up to $8.80 on the day so far. And I'm expecting a monster of a rally. Not even a rally. What would I call it in gold and silver? What's coming? It's a paradigm shift into the precious metals and into the commodity space. And it's been triggered by this war in Ukraine. Some large seismic events have happened in the past few weeks in the war in Ukraine and the separation between East and West. Two currency blocks are forming. And this is a very complicated situation. But one of the first plays or moves in this situation has been the fact that the Russians have, in fact, done a quasi peg of the ruble to gold. It's like a 5,000 rubles to 1 gram of gold. This is very important if you study the precious metals market. It's something that I've been watching to happen, and I thought it was going to happen with China. I'm very surprised to see it happen with Russia. Okay, so let's move on today and take a look at the cryptocurrency market. which I believe is getting ready for a quite large pulse upwards in the next, probably before the end of this year, but right now it's down just a little bit, which makes it back into a little bit of a buying opportunity, but might be short-lived. So a Bitcoin price of 41,110 this morning. Now we're going to move to the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and it's off 110 points on the day so far, at 34,610. There's going to be a thing with stocks that's coming up in the not too distant future, where some of the stocks that have been doing very, very well over the last couple years are going to be stocks that you might want to move on and get rid of, and other stocks that haven't been doing so well are going to start to do a little bit better. So it's going to be a little bit of a change coming in the stock market. The big name stocks, that rose so much during the pandemic. I see them, your stocks like the big four, I see them as cooling off slightly, where the other stocks might gain. Some other stocks might gain, and just a bit of a change in the stock market, and also corrections probably coming. Maybe we'll be looking at possibly a 20% correction as this phase of what the Fed's doing reaches its climax, where they can't move any further in this direction that they're going. And that's coming pretty soon, so we're going to keep our eye on that. So a 20% decline, up to a 20% decline in the stock market, is going to be what forces their hand to go back to not quantitative tightening, but quantitative easing and more monetary policy, but basically a shift. And this is what's going to move the inflation a lot higher and a lot faster. We're right on the verge of having inflation run away. Let's take a look now at well, I think it's for 7.9%, the CPI right now, is what I've been hearing, numbers-wise. So what we're looking at now is oil, and oil's going down today, and that's quite a sizable move down, $4.04. So it's at 94.22 today. That's over a 4% move today. Move index today, we're looking at 124. So the move index is moving up. It's getting rather high. I didn't think that these kind of numbers on the move index was actually sustainable. And I can speak the same thing about bonds right now. If we look at bonds and rates, we're seeing the treasury yields on the long end are getting so high that I actually didn't think that they could actually sustain these kind of yields without the stock market crashing a few months ago. We're looking at a 10-year, it's over 2.75%. 2.753 on a 10-year. We're looking at inversions all over the place. A U.S. 7-year at 2.87. 2.817, I should say. We're looking at an inversion between the 20 and 30, between the 10 and 7. Let's see. Yeah, at least two inversions on the long end of the yield curve, and the yields are getting higher and higher. Something's going to break here because the treasury market is so much bigger than the other markets. I think it's far bigger than the stock market. The money markets they're huge markets, and they carry the other markets. The other markets are moving accordingly to the money markets. Like equities, okay. DXY today, 99.96, and it's choppy. There's a lot of volatility in the dollar, but the dollar, for the Western side of the world, the dollar remains the dominant currency, and it's probably going to remain that way for some time yet, because there's nothing really out there that can really replace it, even when you consider the entire world. Okay, listen, guys. I hope to get over this little throat thing I got. in a few days. And I hope you guys are all having a nice start to your week. And stay safe. And thank you for listening to my show. And we'll catch you guys in the very next episode. Bye-bye.